Time now for another vlog, and it's hard to believe that January 2021 is officially coming to an end, and 1 month down, 11 more to go. So, how was January 2021? Did you think it's been better so far than last year? About the same? Worse? Feel free and let me know your thoughts about January 2021 below in the comment section. And yeah, we're back in Mafia Definitive Edition, driving around Lost Heaven, as promised. So, what all happened in January 2021? A few things. For one thing, I am recording this not at the end of the month. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I always record it the last week of the month. And today happens to be my mom's birthday. I just wrapped up the poker stream of the month over on the gaming channel. And so I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's get through it. Let's do it. Let's get the vlog done. Let's record it. So today's my mom's birthday, or it was the day of the recording of this video, January 27th, which should be the same day it officially goes live on the vlogs channel. She would have been 64 years old today. 64. I wrote 25, but she passed away when she was 25. So I don't know why I wrote that on my piece of paper backwards, but that's not really a surprise when it comes to me. But yeah, happy birthday to my mom. I really hope that I see her again in the next life. Hopefully there is life beyond this. I know I've mentioned that quite a few times in previous vlogs. I guess it's one of those topics that many of us ask ourselves or ask others. Why are we here? What is our purpose? What is the reason for this season? Is there life beyond death? Hopefully. That's all I can say is hopefully. I would like to believe there is. And if there is, I hope that I will be reunited with all those that I have lost, including my mom, my granny, a few of my friends, my dad, also my grandma who passed away last month. So yeah, that's all I really can say about that subject. And hopefully I continue to live and I'm allowed to enjoy my life for as long as I'm meant to have this life. I hope to go on many more years and decades. That would be nice, but we have no control over when the Grim Reaper comes our way. But hopefully I still have a little bit of time left in the clock and a few more gallons in the tank, as they say. So, moving on from that depressing topic to bye-bye Twitter. Yes, I finally decided I had enough of Twitter, and I am no longer going to be venturing around on Twitter for the time being. I'm done with it. In fact, I have suspended both my Twitter accounts, my Go Burns account, my primary account, and my Burns Report account that I started a few months ago for my political Viva Variety channel. So that's over for now. If Twitter somehow manages to turn around and let's just face facts, that's not going to happen. So anyways, done with Twitter. I'm sick and tired of the toxic social media cesspool that is Twitter. I'm tired of the keyboard warriors always out trying to cancel one another over every little thing, being offended by every little thing. I'm just done with it. I'm absolutely done with it. And I'm also done with, groups being canceled, being deplatformed, and other groups allowed to remain on Twitter. When you have all... Okay, so here's the thing. I'm all about rules. I'm all about treating people fairly and equality, and I'm against hate. Absolutely. But here's the thing. When you have a terms of service, Twitter, and you punish people for breaking that terms of service, say on one side of the aisle, yet when you have people on the other side of the aisle also guilty of hate speech, also guilty of violating your terms of service, you turn a blind eye to them. That is an hypocrisy. That is a double standard. And that's just something I'm sick and tired of. And you know what? I feel a lot better now that I've been off Twitter for a few days, and I feel pretty good. The first day was a little touch and go. because you get used to it. You get used to going and looking at the trending, see what's happening, who's getting canceled, what's going on, what sort of social media SJW woke nonsense is happening today. And I'm glad to be done of it. So if Twitter was eventually going to cancel me, well, guess what, Twitter? I canceled myself from Twitter. I have deplatformed myself from your lousy, stinking social media. But we still have YouTube. We still have the Instagram. We still have the Facebook page and our awesome Discord community. So I still have socials. I'm just, for the time being, done with Twitter. I had it. I finally had enough. And that's that. So moving on from Twitter, it actually snowed where I live. It's been a long time since we got any snow because I live out in the South. And down here in the South, we don't get as much snow. People up north get a lot more snow than we get. So it's not really a thing for people up north. But yeah, we got a little bit of snow. It wasn't much, but at the same time, I guess it was nice to see, nice to look at. Maybe we'll get some more snow in February. Usually, traditionally, February's are the coldest month of the year. They're usually the ones where we have the biggest chance of getting winter weather. So I'm still holding out some hope that maybe we'll get another snowstorm, maybe a bigger one, maybe a blizzard. Maybe it'll be multiple feet of snow and it'll bury us forever. I know I'm going a little morbid there, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get some snow in the February 2021. I guess we'll find out a month from now. Did we get snow? Did we not get snow? Stay tuned to the next vlog, hopefully. If there's a next vlog. Hopefully there will be a month from now. So I was kind of excited about the snow. I didn't really go out in it. I walked around. I took some photos. I didn't really do much else with it because like I said, there really wasn't as much snow. Even from previous times that we got snow here where I live, it wasn't as much as in previous snowstorms, if you call it a snowstorm. But it was nice. It was something that I guess brought back a childhood memory. One of my earliest where I was a kid growing up in East Texas. And one day in the 80s, it snowed a lot back in the 80s someday in the South, at least in my region of the country. And I remember walking around when I was a little kid, all bundled up in the snow, making snowman and running around. And I guess it has always had a happy memory for me, the thought of snow. I know there's a lot of people up north that would beg to differ because they have to deal with snow all the time during this time of year. So I completely sympathize with you and your plight. But growing up in the South where we don't really get much snow at all, it's kind of one of those very rare treats. And it was nice that we had a little bit of snow a few weeks ago. And football season, American football, the NFL, that is almost over for now. The playoffs are happening. I think that it's going to be the Chiefs and the Buccaneers, the Bucks in the Super Bowl. I don't know is it this coming Sunday or next Sunday? Anyways, so I thought I'd mention that. I used to be really into football. I used to love watching it, college ball and NFL football, mainly the Saints. But I just don't care as much anymore. It's entertainment. It's fun to watch every now and then. I watched a few episodes early on in the season, and it was just hard to ignore the fact that the stadiums were predominantly empty, devoid of fans. Even though the NFL tried their best to pipe in fake crowd noise, it just felt so weird. It was so weird. Obviously nobody there, yet they had fake crowd noise. So odd. So I bounced pretty early after a few games. I did watch a few of the Saints games. They had a pretty good season, and then they got their ass beat by Tom Brady and the Bucks, and Drew Brees retired. So I wish Drew Brees a happy post-NFL career. I'm sure he'll become like an announcer or something, a talking head in a booth at a future sports game. So we'll probably see him doing something beyond professional football. But I guess you could say Tom Brady is one of the best quarterbacks of all time now, right? So he made Brees retire. Truth is, I think Brees should have probably retired a season or two earlier. But Brady, I mean, he did a great job with the Patriots, and his first season with the Bucks, he's led them to the Super Bowl. So even if he loses against Kansas City, against the Chiefs, then that's something to be proud of. So well done. Well done. Am I being chased by cops? Okay. I thought I was being chased by the cops. It's the cops, man. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it doesn't really bother me who wins or affects me. Chiefs, Bucks, whatever. Even if the Saints would have beaten the Bucks, and even if they would have made it into the Super Bowl. Ooh, pretzels. Can I have some pretzels? I want some pretzels. Pretzels are nice. I'm trying to cut back. But yeah, I still would probably not care as much. I just don't really care for football anymore. It's entertainment. As I mentioned before, people get a little too obsessed over whether or not this team wins or loses. But it's not like you're out there playing. You're not out there. You're just sitting on your couch enjoying some refreshments, some snacks. It's no different than playing a video game or watching a TV show or a movie. By the way, we'll get to some TV movie talk in a minute as we move on to something a little less exciting or more exciting depending on your point of view and your tastes. So politics. Let's go to politics now, from football to politics. We had some things occur in the U.S. on January 6th when they were certifying the vote, the Electoral College vote in the United States Congress. They were doing some debating too. I was watching it on C-SPAN. I was bored that day, okay? I was bored. I was just seeing the process. I was interested in it. I used to be really, really into politics, but not as much as I used to be. I keep going back and forth about that. But January 6th was a infamous day for the U.S. because at the same time in D.C., there was some pro-Trump protesting going on. And most of the protesters were peaceful. They were following the First Amendment, being peaceful, being civil. There were a few a-holes, though, that weren't being very peaceful. And some of them stormed the United States Capitol, and one woman got killed, and I think a few other people died as well from various other conditions. I think somebody died of a heart attack, and a police officer was beaten pretty bad. He later died from his wounds, so that was tragic. And everybody responsible, I think almost everybody that was responsible for the storming of the U.S. Capitol was arrested. And I agree, that is not protected by the First Amendment. I am against violent protesting because it's an act of violence. And I think that they should all be held accountable for the crimes that they broke. You know what I mean, the laws they broke. So those responsible, I think a lot of them are in jail now. And they're going to probably serve some serious federal time for that. Now, what we have going on since that day is the divide growing even deeper in this country, because that divide has been going on for a long time in the U.S. We've always had different political ideas: conservative, liberal, libertarian, moderate, a few others here and there as well. But the right and the left have mostly controlled the narrative when it comes to politics. The Republicans and Democrats. I wish we had more parties in our government, but as of right now, we don't. So the division only got worse when Trump became president. And Trump did some good things. Trump did some bad things. For the most part, I don't really consider him to be better or worse than the average president that we've had. We've had way worse presidents, by the way, believe it or not. I have studied American history, and we've had some way worse presidents. I know that's hard for some people to believe, but there was actually some things that Trump did that weren't so bad. The problem with Trump is the personality, right? And his ego, and how much of a troll and an edgelord he was on Twitter, and how reactionary he was to a lot of things. So I think that's what a lot of people took issue with Trump. So I feel like a lot of people out there just never really gave him a chance. And I think if more people would have, they would have saw that there was some things that he did that were not bad, that were decent, that were good. Some of the policy was okay. Some of it was not okay. But you could take any other president and you could go and critique them, and you would see that they did good things and they did bad things as well. So we had the election, we had the mail-in ballot controversy, and we also had the e-votes, and whether or not you think that was legit or not legit, that is entirely up to you. Okay, so in case you're wondering what happened with the game, why was there an edit? Well, let's just say that things went bad very, very quickly. Things spiraled out of control, and I felt like it was for the best to simply edit that part out of the vlog. Maybe I'll add it at the end, or maybe I'll just forget and I'll just slap it all together as is. Because I'm literally driving around Lost Heaven while we're doing the vlog. So we were talking politics, and we were talking about the e-vote, and even though I do have some concerns about the election, the mail-in ballots, whether or not it was constitutional in some states, at the end of the day, I can understand that there were people in my country that didn't like Trump. They had their reasons, and everyone has their right to like or dislike politics to various degrees. So if you dislike Trump, I get it. I would like to believe that you had valid reasons for disliking him, not simply because of spicy tweets and his attitude. I got to be honest, I don't like the way he acted. I wish he was more presidential. And I also didn't like the way he handled the outcome of the election. The recounts I was okay with. I think the recounts are good for any election, just to make sure that the votes are legit, that they actually, casted towards the correct candidate, right? The candidate that actually got the right votes. And I was going too fast into that car. So once again, the vlog is starting to slowly spiral out of control once more. But I mean, after the recounts were done, after the lawsuits were all but dismissed, that should have been the end of it. Trump should have simply just did the right thing. Like I would say a month prior, once the e-votes were certified, and simply just concede. Because I do feel like he made the temperature a lot hotter, the climate a lot worse by his ongoing rhetoric. Now, do I think that he directly incited the storming of the Capitol? No, I don't. In the end, those directly responsible will be held accountable. Can I? These ambulances suck. This is how my issue started earlier in the previous attempt. I hit a car. I get some injury. I try to heal myself with an ambulance, and the ambulance won't fucking stop. It's pissing me off. Maybe we'll go back to GTA for now on, because this is, even though I love driving around in Lost Heaven and Mafia at the same time, this shit's really, really grinding my gears. Okay, I'm healed now. Thanks. That's all I wanted, buddy, was to be healed. I just needed some heals, okay? If only you could actually stand by an ambulance and it would heal you. That'd be awesome. It doesn't really work that way, though. I wish it did, though. I wish it did work that way. That would be cool if it did. Okay, so, yeah. I don't think that Trump can be directly held responsible for the actions of those that stormed the Capitol. Plus, from what I think some people have put together from the timeline, the Capitol was already being stormed when he was given his speech. And he did say peacefully protest. He did say, march peacefully down to the Capitol and protest. So it's not like he said, we're going to storm the Capitol. I want you all in there right now. We're going to march down there. We're going to knock the doors down. We're going to break the windows and do all sorts of awful things. He didn't do that. So I feel like the second impeachment that's going on is BS, especially since he's no longer president. And the point of an impeachment is to remove somebody from political office. He has been removed from office. We had Inauguration Day, January 20th, of President Biden. He's now the 46th president of the United States, for better or worse. So he's president. Trump is removed. There's no need for this impeachment. It's just more political crap. You want to talk about bringing unity back to the country and healing the divide? How about just not carrying on with this second impeachment. Because chances are it's not going to go anywhere anyways, because the Republicans, the majority of the Republicans in the Senate are going to vote against it. And you're not going to get a super majority to convict Trump. Like Rand Paul said during his speech yesterday on C-SPAN, which I posted in our Discord political pub. It's a waste of time. And it's a double standard once again, because you've had plenty of other public officials that have raised the temperature in their rhetoric and their speech. And unfortunately, some bad things have happened as a result. But none of them have been held responsible for their speeches. None of them have been impeached for what they said that inadvertently led to something really bad happening, whether it was some riots over the year or a shootout at a congressional baseball game, etc. So I don't know. I mean, it's ridiculous. I hate politics so freaking much. And I hate most of the Republicans. I hate most of the Democrats. Right now, a lot of them are really, really ticking me off. They really are. And I think my car is almost out of gas, so I'm probably going to have to steal another car. It's something I love and hate about, I guess, mafia, the realism. No, I'm not going to steal that car. Let's find another car to yoink. That one's all right. We'll take this one. Fine. You know what? I'm sticking with GTA going forward, because there's enough distractions driving around GTA, and there seems to be way more distractions in Mafia. Plus, I keep forgetting the damn buttons. Which button does what? So that's making it even worse for me as we continue to try to get through this disaster of a vlog. I may just leave all the BS in, though, just for lulz, right? For lamals. Hope you are enjoying this torture. So let's move on from politics and talk about the state of the gaming channel. Thank you, everybody, over on the gaming channel. We have officially over 4 million lifetime views, 13.2K subscribers. So I really do appreciate that. Plus, one of my latest videos has done quite well. My Land of Opportunities canceled. Is it canceled or is it not canceled video? That's done really well for me, so I'm happy about that. But at the same time, my analytics are not doing so well, and I think that might be tied into the current decline in interest in Red Dead Online. It's no surprise or secret that Red Dead Online is declining at the moment because of the lack of new content and the fact that there's not really that much going on in the game anyways. And the last few event weeks in Red Dead Online have left a lot to be desired. So I think as a result of me focusing on Red Dead Online, it has had a negative effect on the channel. It would be one thing if there was new content in Red Dead Online and more people interested in Red Dead Online. That would probably have the opposite effect for me right now. But because of decline interest in Red Dead Online, it unfortunately is having an effect on the channel in a very negative way. In fact, my views and my overall watch time by hours, both of that is down by 40%. So yeah, that's not good. When I saw that number a few days ago, I was bummed, to say the least, because I took a break from GTA Online because those numbers started bombing for me. My GTA Online video started bombing even worse than average. So I figured it was a good time just to take a break from GTA Online, focus on Red Dead Online, see if I can get the YouTube crazy algorithm working to my advantage, because the way the YouTube algorithm works is it basically wants you to focus on one thing. Like in this case, one video game for a gaming channel. Even though I would prefer just playing whatever the hell I want to play and have a variety of games on the channel. But the way the algorithm works and the way that it is for most of the subscribers and viewers, they subscribe for certain content. In this case, Red Dead Online content. Just like I had subscribers and viewers specifically for my Mafia content when Mafia Definitive Edition was announced and whenever it came out a few months ago. A lot of them probably aren't really interested in my Red Dead Online content or any other content. They just want Mafia. And I understand that. I get it. Now, sometimes you're lucky to come across subscribers and viewers that just like you, and I appreciate all of you that do, that enjoy watching my vlogs and my videos, thoughts, ideas, rant videos, and whatever I end up playing, whether it's Red Dead Online or some poker like I did earlier on Wednesday, or just the chill streams in Red Dead Online on Xbox, PC, PS4. Our Red Dead Revolver stream coming up on Sunday, January 31st, where we're going to be doing a fundraiser stream for World Central Kitchen. That's going to be a lot of fun. It'll probably get really salty, though. But understandably, a lot of subscribers and viewers have subscribed for specific content. And if you're not giving them specific content, then they have no real interest. So I get that. It's understandable. Now, with Red Dead Online, sadly, because it's like jumping from what I mentioned a week ago, a burning boat, which is GT Online, until it gets future updates and content as well. And it's basically a burning boat because of public lobbies, God mode glitches, the broomstick, and the orbital cannon running amok and griefing tryhards out of control in the public lobbies of GTA Online. All the more reason why I don't stream GTA Online. I meant GTA Online. Red Dead Online, for the most part, it's all right. The lobbies are getting bigger now because I guess Rockstar's been tweaking that in the background. I have noticed some issues with the larger lobbies, as to be expected. And there's been a bit more PvP action, but PvP is a lot more fun in Red Dead Online than GTA Online. But there's still some things that griefers like to do when it comes to PvPing in Red Dead Online. So with the decline of Red Dead Online at the moment, it's having a negative effect on my channel. Like those 40% numbers, that's nothing to ignore. I can't ignore the fact that that's close to 50% in some cases. So I have to consider making some changes going into February 2021. The question is, what changes will I make? I'll probably scale back on my Red Dead Online content, and I'll probably try to do some other things for the time being. I'm still going to cover Red Dead Online on Tuesdays with the Newswire, as well as new updates for Red Dead Online, hopefully, if there is future updates. The same goes for GTA Online, but I'm going to have to figure out some other things to do. For example, I'm probably going to bring back my GB cast. I was thinking maybe one day a week, but I may do more than one day a week. It may be multiple days a week where I just sit there, on a webcam, interacting with chat, and we go over news wires, whether it's revolved around video games, comics, TV shows, movies, etc. And I retired it a while back, but I am seriously considering bringing it back. So that is probably going to happen. And once I get a PS5, yeah, good luck with that. Get a PS5 and an Xbox Series X. I do intend on streaming Mafia 3 Definitive Edition eventually. And I also want to stream through Ghost of Tsushima New Game Plus, both of those on PS5. Hopefully, that's my plannerlin in the future. I just got to figure out what else to do to keep the gaming channel going. Because right now I'm kind of concerned, sort of, at the moment. But we'll see how it goes. So what else is going on? Oh yeah, let's talk about some TV shows and movies as we move on. WandaVision is being put out weekly on Disney Plus. It's okay. I really feel like with WandaVision, it should have been put out all at once. Each episode's like 20 plus minutes at the longest. And the end credits is very long, ridiculously long, the end credits. I do like Olsen, and I do like the actor. I keep forgetting the actor that plays Vision. Like, who would have thought that Elizabeth Olsen would become the most popular of the Olsens, right? Because used to be it was all about the Olsen twins from the days of Full House. But they've kind of faded into obscurity. Meanwhile, I think Elizabeth Olsen is their younger sister. She's become way popular. And she's a pretty good actress. And I've liked her as Scarlet Witch. And she and the actor that plays Vision have great chemistry. I enjoy the time that they share, and even separate times on the show. So WandaVision is not the greatest show. It's interesting, but I think it would have been a smarter strategy for Disney Plus to simply just put out all the episodes at the same time. But it's still enough to keep me watching every week. But for anybody else, I can understand if, for those of you on the fence, simply waiting for it to come out all together, the entire season before you binge it. I get that as well. Season 5 of The Expanse on Amazon has been really, really good. I love The Expanse. It's a great sci-fi show. I highly recommend it to anybody out there that's into sci-fi. Good characters, good acting, good story, good plots. It's a great show. Season 4 I didn't like as much. It was okay. But Season 5 has been way better, in my opinion. So I really have enjoyed Season 5 of The Expanse. I think it gets one more season and maybe some specials after that. Now let's talk about some things coming out movie-wise. And I think this ties into what HBO Max. Let's see. I saw the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer. It looks like a big, stupid movie. But it could be fun. I'm not expecting it to have good story, good plot, good characters, good acting. I think most people just want to see Godzilla and King Kong go at it. By the way, it doesn't really make sense for King Kong to be as big as Godzilla. I know they're trying to do this whole thing of him being fully grown, because I guess in what Skull Island, he wasn't fully grown. That was what's set in the 70s. I've yet to watch Skull Island. I hear Samuel L. Jackson had a great character in Skull Island. Some people say that might be one of their favorite roles that Samuel L. Jackson has done, but you gotta love Samuel L. Jackson. He's great. Brie Larson was in it too, apparently. Oh, okay. I've yet to watch Skull Island or Godzilla King of the Monsters. I heard it wasn't as good, even though it had like a lot of the monsters like Mothra, along with King Ghidorah, Rodan. But I heard it was not that good. It could have been better from what I was told. So, yeah, the MonsterVerse is kind of hit or miss right now. And I don't know how they can really justify Kong being, even if Kong wasn't fully grown in Skull Island, how they can justify him being like way bigger now, large enough to look almost on par with Godzilla. And the fact that Godzilla was the protagonist in a few of these movies. Anyways, I had to get some water there. Apologies for that. So Godzilla in the first two Godzilla movies was the protagonist. And now they're turning him into an antagonist. And they're like, one of the things in the trailer is we don't know why Godzilla's hurting people. And I'm just sitting there going like, well, what if it's not actually Godzilla? What if it's Mechazilla? Isn't it Mechazilla? Or Mechagodzilla? I don't know what the name is. Maybe that's what it actually is. It's not really Godzilla that King Kong is fighting. Maybe that'll be the plot twist. And I think that that's been done before. Yeah. In Japan. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth getting HBO Max for that. But they also have a 4-hour version of the Snyder Cut of Justice League coming out as well in March. Originally, it was going to be, 4 episodes? They were going to break it up into a miniseries or a limited series. But I think they decided just to make it like a 4-hour movie. Why? Reasons? Who knows? Maybe they decided that they would get more overall views instead of trying to break it up into 4 episodes. Maybe they felt like it was like more bang doing it that way. I really don't know. And I hit another car. Great. Awesome. Fantastic. So is anybody excited about Godzilla vs. Kong and or the Snyder 4-hour cut of Justice League? I hope it's better than the Joss Whedon version of Justice League, but I don't know. I'm not exactly anti Zack Snyder. I did like Man of Steel. I thought it was pretty decent. Henry Cavill's great as Superman. I would like to see him in future Superman movies. Maybe a little bit lighter. And I feel like that Batman v Superman, even though I hated it, I don't think it was entirely Zack Snyder's fault. I felt like there was too many cooks in the kitchen. A lot of executive producers, studio executives making calls and shots. I just feel like that superhero versus superhero, I hate it. I hate the concept. I prefer like a World's Finest scenario. World's Finest for Superman and Batman work way better than B versus S garbage. Anyways, so we'll see if either Zilla versus Kong or the 4-hour Justice League Snyder cut is any good, or will it also be trash? And finally, health update. We're wrapping it up with a health update. So I'm working out. I'm probably about to go back to 3 days a week. I had to scale down to 2 days a week for a few weeks, but I'm going to go back up to 3 days a week. And I'm working on doing more cardio. And I feel like for the most part, I'm eating right. I drink a lot of water, but I still feel some internal pain. So I don't know what that's all about. I mean, who the hell knows? It's so frustrating. So I feel like I've been eating things that are good for both like my liver and my kidney. Maybe it just takes time and patience and the hope that maybe the pain is weight loss pain. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Also, once again, still trying to lose weight, trying to get healthy. Just sucks because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I'm relatively healthy for the most part. I've cut back dramatically on sweets. Like, I have a piece of dark chocolate to go with my coffee in the morning. I have nothing in my coffee. It's straight up hot and black. And I could make a joke there, but I'm not going to because I'd get canceled. Hot and black like Halle Berry. Okay, so there's my joke, okay? There, that was my joke. See, it's not so bad. No, because Halle Berry's hot. But I'd still get canceled because everybody gets so offended now. Anyway, she is hot. I mean, Catwoman was trash, okay? But hey, Halle Berry. Anyways, moving on. So, I don't really eat anything unhealthy, you know? I mean, for the most part, I eat pretty healthy. The only things I have that snack-wise these days is like an apple or some pineapple. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing everything right. Maybe I need more cardio. I don't know. I'm working on it. But here's hoping if I'm still around a month from now, I'll be a lot better, a lot healthier in my quote-unquote health report, my health update a month from now. So I'm continuing to try. I'll never give up until the end, no matter what. In the words of King Theoden, we go on to whatever end, right? To whatever end. So I will continue working out 2 or 3 days a week. I will continue with the pushing myself to do more cardio because I do sit a lot, playing video games, live streaming, making content, and surfing the internets. So I need to do more cardio. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. A little bit shorter live stream. I mean, a little bit shorter vlog because I did live stream my poker earlier today. A bit of poker. So maybe I'm just a little bit fatigued from that. Doing it back to back. The nearly 90-minute poker stream and also recording a vlog combined. I think we covered everything. If I missed something that happened in January 2021, I do apologize. I did write down some notes. I think I went over everything I wanted to go over. I think I touched all the bases. I believe I did. But hopefully I have not canceled myself today. If you didn't like the joke, I'm sorry. It was a joke. But I don't even know where we're going anymore. You know, like I said, I'm all about equality. I'm all about treating everybody like individuals. I guess you could say I'm an individualist. I see us all as part of the same species, the human race. That's the race I see. I don't see white. I don't see black. I don't see Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern. I don't see that. I judge everybody individually. That's the way I've been all my life. And I grew up in East Texas, and I knew quite a few racists, and it always found the concept disgusting. I've always been pro-equality, and I'm pro-rights. You know, whatever your lifestyle choice is, whether you're straight or bi or gay or trans, I'm pro-equality. I'm pro-individuality. As long as you're not, here's the two things that I have a problem with, okay, when it comes to sexuality. As long as it's consensual, I'm good. As long as you're not going after kids or animals. That's crossing the line, in my opinion. That is disgusting. And that was another reason. Okay, I'm glad I brought that up. Because that's another reason why I'm circling back to Twitter. Another reason why I'm done with Twitter. Because apparently the pedophiles do not violate Twitter's terms of service. Well, that was actually the last straw for me. I didn't want to bring it up, but I'm glad that I remembered. I know that doesn't make sense. Life doesn't make sense sometimes. So I'm done with Twitter for a lot of reasons, including the fucking pedophiles. You're going to let the pedophiles have CP all over your platform? Meanwhile, you're going to deplatform people for speech? if you disagree with their speech, even hate speech, which I'm totally against hate speech, by the way, I think that it's 2021 and we should treat each other like human beings. We're all human beings. Like, racism should be buried into the past. It's nonsense. It's ridiculous. But it's also, unfortunately, a factor of free speech. It's a slippery slope. You start banning one thing, then where does it end? You ban this. Okay, most of us agree. Hate speech, bad. We agree. But when does it get to the point when everything, or almost everything, that is considered quote-unquote wrong thing is censored and you're deplatformed over it? How far is Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and all the other social medias willing to go until we end up in some sort of authoritarian communist regime, similar to certain regimes throughout the world that will remain, China, okay, North Korea, or some dictatorships in other parts of the world. I mean, it's not like this channel is monetized or will ever be monetized anyways. But it's also my legacy channel where my thoughts, my views, and opinions should something ever happen to me. So I do kind of value this channel in a different way than the gaming channel, where I would like for it to be a place where people could go to see my thoughts, my views, and opinions on a wide variety of subjects or topics. But I just feel like we're heading down a dangerous path. The cancel culture, the woke brigades, the SJWs, deplatforming, canceling people. I mean, how far does this go? It's already gone too far, in my opinion. The reality is, there are people that have conservative point of views. There are people that have liberal point of views. There are people that have libertarian points of views, moderate points of views, etc. And we should all have a right to our opinion. Even if you have the stupidest opinion out there, even if I think that 9 times out of 10, everything that comes out of your mouth is stupid. I'm not talking to anybody specifically here. But even if everything you say, in my opinion, is stupid, guess what? You have a right to your opinion. I'm sure there's times when some of you don't agree with me and you think something I say is stupid, and that's fine. But I respect the freedom of speech. I respect the fact that in a free society, not just in America, but in supposed free countries, if you take away people's right to air their grievances, to voice their opinions, even if they're spicy, even if there is some opinions that I would disagree with, even hate speech, which I am totally against, absolutely 100% against. At the end of the day, how far does this go until we end up in some sort of 1984 Brave New World Orwellian era? Some sort of dystopia. Is that where we're heading? I don't want to be in that world. I don't want that to be our future. I want a future where we all get along, where we learn to be civil with each other again, where we can have a conversation, and if there is disagreement at the end of the day, then simply just, shake hands, fist bump, nod heads if you want to social distance while you're wearing your masks, and agree to disagree. That's the way it should be. Everybody should have a right to their opinion and not be afraid of being canceled or deplatformed or worse. Because there have been times in our history when people that had opinions were dragged away. Whether it was in Nazi Germany, fascist Italy, Imperial Japan, the Soviet Union. The list goes on and on. Okay, it may seem like we're removing certain speech for the greater good. And at the end of the day, that's an individual thing, right? That's up to the individual. If somebody has hate in their heart, I can't stop somebody from having hate in their heart. That's their problem. And they need to figure out why they have hate in their heart. And they should do something about it. Because like I said, we're all human beings. We all have a right to be here. We all have a right to exist on this beautiful blue world that we need to do a better job taking care of. You have a right to be here. I have a right to be here, even if we disagree on things. So yeah, while I'm against hate speech, and at the same time, I can understand that platforms like Facebook, like YouTube, and Twitter, they have a right as a platform to have rules, just like we all have rules in our society. Countries have rules, good countries, bad countries, and even communities like my community. I have rules in my Discord that I expect people to follow. So without rules, what would society be? Utter chaos and insanity and anarchy? But you just have to be careful, because eventually we may find ourselves going a little too far with the censorship. And that's what I fear we're heading towards, specifically in my country. The fact that it's so divided right now. And you have our president calling for unity, but he does things that don't exactly show that he's committed to the idea of unity. He's not exactly walking the walk or practicing what he preaches. It's more like his way or the highway when it comes to unity. I want people to heal. I want the divide to die down. I want the temperature to be lowered in my country. I want people to start talking again. I want my elected officials to start working together from all sides of the aisle, because they're supposed to represent the American people. And that's the way all elected bodies are supposed to be, no matter what country it is, whether it's the US, Canada, the United Kingdom, in Europe, in Australia, elsewhere. Your elected officials are supposed to represent the people as a whole, and they're supposed to do right by the people as a whole. And so many times they act worse than kindergartners at times. Kindergartners act way more professional and mature than them. I'm sick of the divide. I'm sick of it. Have I mentioned I'm sick of it? And look at all this shading and this weirdness by the dam. Oh, damn, look at the time. Well, anyways, that was a nice little rant to wrap up the stream. Bit of fireworks right there. So, yeah, like I said, believe whatever you want to believe. Just don't force it upon anybody else. If you don't believe in anything, that's fine too, but same thing applies. Don't force it upon anybody else. That's how I've always felt. That was always my idea of the Go Burns Nation. You had a right to be here and to believe whatever you wanted to believe. Whether you believe in one of the religions, one of the predominant religions, or you believe in something that's not as predominant, or you don't believe in anything at all. Or you are kind of an agnostic and you kind of believe. Believe what you believe, as long as you don't harass anybody else or try to force it upon somebody else that doesn't believe what you believe. And all of you are human beings to me. And you all mean a great deal to me, because you take time out of your lives to watch my live streams, my content, and my vlogs. It means a great deal to me. And you all are part of the Go Burns Nation. And that's what matters the most to me. Each and every one of you. I've always tried to make this a very welcoming community where all are welcome from all walks of life. Whether you believe or you don't believe, doesn't matter what your lifestyle choices are, doesn't matter what your gender is. You do you. That is the way I am. And that's the way I'm always going to be. But when it comes to certain things, yeah, I'm against. I'm against pedophiles. I'm against people that rape animals. And I don't call it having sex with animals. You're raping an animal. It's rape. And it's sick. Just like pedophiles. So those are things I cannot stand. And if I get canceled for that opinion, then so be it. So the hell be it. But anyways, I think that's enough for today. And once again, we ran out of gas in the game. But I hope you enjoyed this disaster of a vlog, January 2021. By the way, Mafia Definitive Edition is a great game. Mostly faithful remake of Mafia: The City of Lost Heaven. And it was way more enjoyable to play than Cyberpunk 2077. And believe it or not, despite some of the issues this game has, it has way less bugs or less problems than Cyberpunk 2077. Your thoughts, your views, and opinions regarding how January 2021 has gone for you. Anything good? Only positive stuff in the comment section, by the way. I want to know whatever happened in your life that was good this month. Hopefully, February 2021 will be better. So the next vlog, hopefully, if I'm still here, will be a month from now in February 2021. Probably back over on GT Online, though. I just want to heal my character. No! God damn it. That's how you have to heal in this game whenever you get injured. Plus, that red bar is kind of annoying. So I'm trying to fix that issue. God damn it. Do I have the music on? For fuck's sakes. Well, if the music's on, then there'll be no background audio. So I'm sorry about that. So let me go find another car real quick. This is spiraling out of control, this freaking vlog. Because I'm used to the GTA and Red Dead controls, and not the way the controls are in Mafia Definitive Edition, because I don't play this as much. Alright. Which button is the... No, that's the pause button. Damn it. Oh, good. Good. That's great. I pissed off the cops. Great. This is going really good. This freaking vlog has just become a disaster. It really has. Now they're mad at me. Because I should have just stuck with GTA. I should have just stuck with GTA. Maybe going forward in February 2019, I'm sticking with GTA. God damn it.